வணக்கம். எனக்கு ஒரு ஆசை இருந்தது. திடீர்னு ஒரு வீடியோ எடுக்கணும். என்னன்னா, அந்த மனிதன் கடவுள் இந்த உலகத்துல ஏன் இருக்கு அப்படின்றது ஒரு சாதாரண விஷயம். மனுஷனா பிறந்துட்டோம், கடைசியில கடவுள் தெரிஞ்சுக்கிட்டு தான் மனுஷனா பிறந்துட்டோம். மனுஷனா பிறந்ததே கடவுள் தெரிஞ்சுக்கிறதுக்கு தான். கடவுளை நம்ம தெரிஞ்சுக்கணும் போக போறோம். சாதாரணமான விஷயம். இதை தான் நான் இங்கிலீஷ்ல பேசினேன். நான் பொதுவாக இடத்துல பேசுறது தமிழ்ல தான் பேசுவேன். நான் இது என்னன்னு தெரியல, திடீர்னு தோணுச்சு இந்த மாதிரி இங்கிலீஷ்ல பேசி பார்ப்போம் இந்த வீடியோ ரெக்கார்ட் பண்ணி இதை போட்டு விடுவோம் ஒரு ஐடியா இருந்துச்சு. இது இந்த மகாபாரதம் இந்த கதைலாம் இருக்கு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா, இந்த துரியோதனனும் இந்த மாஞ்சாலி, இது இவங்க ரெண்டு பேருக்கு என்ன உறவு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா ஒரு குடும்ப உறவு தானே. ஒரு அண்ணன் தம்பிக்குள்ள இருக்கிற புருஷன் முன்னாடிக்கிறது தான். ஆனா அந்த அவர் அந்த மாளிகை உள்ள போனாரு, தண்ணியில ஊந்துட்டாரு, அவங்கள பார்த்ததும் வெறுப்பாயிட்டாரு. ஒரு சாதாரணமான விஷயம், இதை கடந்து போயிடலாம், அதுக்காக புடவைலாம் செஞ்சுட்டாரு கட்சியில. இதை குடும்ப கதையை என்னால பார்க்க முடியல. ஏதோ யாரோ நம்மளை சுத்தி ஏதோ சொல்ல வராங்க, அப்படிதான் என்னால இதை பார்க்க முடியும். இது ஒரு சாதாரணமான குடும்ப கதைன்னா எதுக்கு நம்மளுக்கு மகாபாரதம் ஒரு புக்கு எழுதி அது இவ்வளவு நாள் பழமையா இருந்ததுன்னா, புத்தகம் பழமையானதாக இருந்தாலும் கூட அது சொல்ற கருத்து ரொம்ப ஆழமானதா இருக்கு. ஏதோ சொல்ல வந்தது எனக்கு ஏதோ புரிஞ்சுது. ஏதோ நம்ம ஏன் மனுஷனா பிறந்தோம்னு புரிஞ்சுது. எனக்கு என்னோட அப்பா சொல்லி கொடுத்தது. இது நானே எல்லாம் கற்றுன்னு பேசுறதுல, மனிதனாக பிறந்ததே கடவுளை தெரிஞ்சுக்கிட்டு தான். இங்க வேற எதுவும் மனுஷனா பிறந்துட்டு நான் பெரிய பணக்காரன் ஆகும், இல்லை சின்ன ஏழை ஆகும், அப்படி இருக்கிறதுக்கெல்லாம் நான் மனுஷனா பிறந்ததே எதுக்குன்னா கடவுளை தெரிஞ்சுக்கிட்டேன். அல்டிமேட்டா அதுக்கு தான் பிறந்துக்கிறேன். அப்போ நான் கல்யாணம் பண்றேனே, குழந்தை கொடுத்துக்கிறேன், குடும்பம் நடத்துறேன், அதெல்லாம் கணக்குல வராதான்னா அது தெரியல. ஆனா மெயின் பர்பஸ் ஏதோ இதை இங்கிலீஷ்ல பேசணும் எனக்குள்ள ஒரு ஆர்வம் வச்சு, ஏன்னு தெரியல, நான் பேசணும்னு நினைக்கிறேன். இது இங்கிலீஷ்ல பதிவேற்ற சொல்லுங்க. First, I want to say, what is God? It's something which is present everywhere. Everywhere means it is not the places wherever even in the places which you ever imagined. The God is present in everywhere. Consider now, information like galaxy, you say Milky Way, you put boundaries, these things, okay. Forget about everything. Put inside the world. Come to the world. Come to the place of the world. Inside the world, there are creatures called as humans. Why there are humans in this? Why God made humans? Humans have the tendency to think, to recreate something, to learn from others by seeing what they do. They acquire the knowledge by practicing something. We just practice something and we do. I just practice I practiced to keep the beard like this. I practiced to do something like this. I practiced even to speak like this. So we humans in this world, they practice to do something. But is that what humans are for? But what I think is something, not that. There is something beyond the thing, what we do. Whatever we do, whatever we say we are doing sin, no, we are not doing sin, it's not matter. Whatever things we do is what is we learn from ourselves. We spoke to ourselves and we learn something. You say something is a sin, no, that is not sin. You say something that is going to give you pleasure, no, that is not pleasure. You say something that is going to give you pain, that is not pain. Whatever you experience within you, it's just experience. But at the end of the day, I born as a human just to know one thing. It is should be what made these things, what made me, what made everything here. And how can I identify what is God? I need to know what is God. Okay, something that is present everywhere. What is present everywhere? You see, you just look in your eyes and you see something like, oh, you say all the objects I see is God. No, not all the objects you see is God. Then what are the objects you see is like, you see the water is God. No, water is not God. You see something solid materials. Say solids are God. No, solids are not God. And which thing I cannot see. Oh, you are saying about air. No, air is not God. And which one is God? It could be the most powerful element. Ah, you say that the fire. Fire is not God. Fire is not God. Fire is not God. Something which is keeping these elements within itself is God. What it could be is space. It is not what it could be. It is. Yes, the God is space. You see everywhere. It is allowing a human to live in this world. Yeah, human to live inside the space. And that is God. And you say that's the space in God is like you go into the rocket and you go to the moon and you go to some other planets you know. And in between you travel, you see God. No, it's not like that. Like you feel the air over your body, like you feel the water over your body, like you feel the fire, like you feel something. Yeah, you can see the God, you can hear the God, you can smell the God, you can even taste the God. How can that be even possible? Yes, that is what humans were made to this world. Then I'm building the tallest thing in this world and saying, okay, this would be the very tallest building. No, no, whatever we do in this world, but just a small games that played by God through us to know about Him to you, at least you can. That is, someone is playing game here, right? That is God. And what he wants to say you always, as always, what he wants to say you is, you've done this. No, that doesn't matter. You need to know me, that is why you want. At some point, you get bored, you get thinking, you get lonely, you get frustrated, you go sit in the place inside a room by yourself, you speak to yourself, you see you the most ugliest person ever, or you see you the most beautiful person ever. That is something you learn. But apart that, okay, you born in this world. What could be the real thing? You born, you did whatever, you came this long. Okay, what is the real? At least for you, it is the death. The death is real. Yes, your death is real. You don't know you're going to reborn this world or not. I don't know I'm going to reborn this world or not. I'm putting here myself. I'm not trying to put somebody's understanding here. I'm trying to put my understanding here. Whatever I speak, I learned from my daddy, Sivayogi. You can see some videos, many videos of him in YouTube channel. Just watch those videos and I'm just trying to translate and pass the information in English. I don't know. The information may mismatch or it can be misunderstood by you, but I'm making sure that what I understood from him, I'm speaking to him. So I'm just acting as an intermediary. I'm not trying to say that these things are formed by me. No, these things I don't know even what God is. I don't know even what I am. I just learned from him. Nothing more than that. Okay. Now we came to know. No, I came to know what God is. And how can I achieve that? How can I get into that? Is by doing some practices, right? There are some practices. You need to do some practices. There are many, many things. There are many, many books. There are many, many, many form of practices available in this world to know what God is. But first to understand what God is, and then we go back. To get into this, you don't need some certain things like disciplines. No. Those things around you may disturb you. You learn something around you may disturb you. You need to find, first thing you need to find is like, you need to find and form a very perfect disciplinary thing around you. You need to, okay, this is what I'm going for. Okay, I'm son for this mother and I need to do this. I have a sister. I have a sister in do this, and I have a mother and I need to do this. Or I have an enemy. I have an enemy. At least I need to be so brave in front of them. I need to be very strong in front of them. Or I have the friend. I need to be very kind to them. You need to form the disciplines around you, and you need to be very real to that. How much real is, you know, and the one person God is seeing from you, He knows. So you live a life like that, and you practice like that. Your mind gets attached to God, and you can live it. And the very realistic thing, in the end of the day, is death, right? The death will show you, okay, you cannot act for the death. You can act for these things. You can act for the money in between your life. You can act for love in between your life. You can act for kindness. So you are the kindest person ever in this world. You can show you are the bravest person in this world. All this act just dust. In the end of the day, your death, my death, is the one. My death is real. Did I really even know God or not? He will say. The ultimate end of a human should be is like, okay, not any more things I'm going to do. I'm going to die. I'm going to get away from this. I'm going to go to God. That life, that death should be. Okay. And is this thing okay? These things are okay. But why should I live them? Why should I live them? Maybe I could have done something from the form of life like I have experienced from the very form of life. I could have lived like anything in the past life, anything. So I lived like that, and I learned to just get those thoughts or those unfinished businesses in my head is this life. What should I do now? I need to live this life. If I am a born farmer, maybe I could have done sin wasting food in the past of my life. Then if I am going to do the same sin of not being the good farmer, I'm not going to die. Then these things around me are not just you say these things are not necessary to go know God. No, I came to know this is God. I can do the practice and I can live the life. No, not like that. Something that is available around me is real, but not real. It's like a game. You need to play. You need to play. I need to play. And in the best way, I play. I survive till my death and give myself to the God. And that is how it should be. Thank you. Thanks for watching the video.